Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very welcome. Well, today we've got a map which had a specific feature in the screenshots that made me want to just check it out a little bit more closely. And if I'm going to load up the map, for me, I might as well load up the map and just do a full review, full stop. And I'm kind of glad that I did. It's an interesting map. It's got a few interesting tales to tell. But it's definitely far from a useless map, and there are going to be a few of you that quite like the shape of this one and the options that it gives for maybe running with ferries and maybe even squeezing in an airport. Airport DLC, anybody? Let me know in the comments if you've already got it. Right, anyway, so yes, plenty to look at today, including our little featurettes that, I don't know, it gives me Polish vibes. Maybe I'm completely in the wrong part of the world. Again, you'll let me know in the comments how wrong I am. One thing you can do, though, without hitting the comments, is hitting that like button. Here we go, guys. That's right, hitting that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people, and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Gold Straits by HgTuahh. HgTuahh. It's got to be HgTuahh. I'm going with that. If it's wrong, what the heck. There's your start square. That looks pretty playable to me. Pretty playable. When I took this screenshot, though, there was a little bit of a LOD problem on the highways, which has since been fixed. So if you noticed that, I'm sorry. Then we have terrain heights. It's a nice looking peninsula. Resources are pretty playable and available. So that's all good as well. And then if you have Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, fishing map looks like that, which is, again, quite interesting, including some tuna out at sea. That's a rare thing. Off to the workshop. What do we need? No DLC required today. In fact, it's a vanilla map. We're using the coastal LUTs, the vanilla tropical theme, and that's it. And Stephen Stomey likes it, so there is that. Okay, off to the edge of the map. Let's come in from this angle. We have road and rail, which will be running parallel today, sort of. We've got a loop to go around the shape of the terrain there, which I don't mind massively. I think I would have changed the route very slightly to avoid it personally, but it's right on the edge. So yeah, when you get something close to the edge of the map like that, it still counts, but it counts less. And by the time you get to here, you'll have forgotten about it, so who cares? So anyway, yeah, we have road and rail. They kind of run sort of parallel with each other from the edge of the map to the point that the rail stops, and the rail stops on either side of the map at roughly the same sort of area. You'll see. We're heading down towards the factory things. Does anybody like them? We're heading down towards there. In fact, what we'll do is we'll break away from the highway to get down to there. It's pointless coming back doing the rail separately today. So let's head across to the rail, which runs along the side of the coast, which on this side of the map, I like the rail on this side of the map. You may say that one of these sidings in the moment isn't properly connected. You're right, it isn't, but it's an abandoned factory. Maybe the rail is a little bit broken down here. Who can say? But that'll do. I mean, it's realism be damned. It's fine. It's fine. 3 factories pushed together, everybody's favourite factories all pushed together to give us a nice looking mix of vibes there. And we have the tunnel running from the factory down to a defensive point over here, and this has been done well. The amount of people that don't understand how these machine gun posts work, I mean, I'm not entirely sure what we're defending from, but that's not the point. The point is what we've got there has been done well, and credit for it. We do have a shortcut that zigzags over the mountains that connects up the highway, which means that from this point in we won't see any traffic until we join up with the other side of the map. We've got a few trees under the highways. It's not the worst for this, but there are a few trees under the highways. Again, 100% vanilla map, which means, strictly speaking, we would imagine that we're not playing with anarchy. And if you're not playing with anarchy, those trees won't show, but of course they will be part of the tree count. But it's not really an issue for today. It really isn't an issue for today. But again, I always let them show through so that you can see how much extra care extra care, unnecessarily extra care, the map creators have gone to. It does score a little bit on the score when you get trees under the roads on a vanilla style map, but it's something that's just to be noted. Okay, good. As long as we're all agreed on this one. I don't want people thinking I'm being unnecessarily harsh on people. I try not to be. I try to be as supportive as I can, but I also want to make sure that, and the whole point of What's Map is to find you the best map for your next city build. This might be the best map for your next city build. It won't be for everybody. Maybe it won't be for many people. But I'm not that person to judge. I'm just here to show you, give you my opinions, give you my personal ratings there. Bit of a tight loop going around there. Again, I would have chosen a slightly different route there. Give you my opinions on the map, give you my ratings, which of course, please ignore. The most important part of the review is the flyover, so that you can make your own personal opinions and use the comments, tell me what you think. And I have changed my opinions over the years. I have swayed from the ways that I used to feel about certain things, because you guys, sometimes you're right. Sometimes. And sometimes I'm right. Be damn you. Be damn you. Rail starts off again here. We'll talk about the rail route down here. The other rail I quite like. The other side of the map. This side is fine. But I think, again, it does a slightly convoluted route, especially when we get down towards the edge of the map. Right, start square intersection coming up in a moment. I think you will notice something about this one. I probably won't have to say anything. The rail's not going far away. We'll join up with it again in a moment. Yeah, I tell you what, I like the shape of this map. I like this. And the whole gold straits, the whole point is we have some straits which are on our left hand side, and straits, I think they make the map. Anyway, we have start square intersection there. Yeah, okay, you've spotted the issue with the trees, I'm sure. There's so you're going to be starting building. Very nice as well. One issue with this up and over is, you can see it's two-way, which means any traffic coming this way has got a real tight turn to get onto the highway. So I can see maybe if we got low traffic, that's not a problem, but I wouldn't want to be pulling out there in real life personally. So maybe an upgrade on the intersection if you start building your city on this map. So yes, yeah, airports DLC. Now I have got some specials coming. Here's the other side of the switchbacks through the mountain, which we'll have a look at in the second half of the show. Yes, we've got some map specials coming up, and we'll switch across the rail for the rest of the map. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get to the edge of the map. Yeah, we've got a few trees in the cut. I quite like this this cutting going through here. This is fairly nice. I think I would have gone with the vanilla keys personally, but I don't see any problem with what they've done. It's a strong aesthetic, and we'll see somewhere else on the map that uses a very similar aesthetic, which ties it all in together. But yes, so it'll be some new specials. I can't give you the exact dates that they'll be out because there's a lot of work involved to be able to do them. But we have 3 maps from the Airports DLC that need to be checked out. So there'll be an Airports DLC special. Yeah, the convoluted route now for the rail. And of course we've got the content creator pack as well. Like here, what's going on with the rail here? Why? I know we're going around the fields, but it's... for me, it distracts a little bit from the rest of the map. It's kind of pretty, though. Intermission time. Be right back after this.
Are you confused by all those buttons running along the top and bottom of the screen? And what was that icon for again? Does anyone know? Then you need BonBonB's Beginner's Guide to the User Interface. Click the information button now.
And so back to Gold Straits by HgTuahh and the shipping routes. Okay, shipping routes, I like that they've gone pretty much all the way around the strait, which gives us access to harbours anywhere you like. The right angle turnings that we have here, and this one's even sharper than right angle, is quite close to the edge of the map, so it would normally be deep in fog, especially on a 100% vanilla map as this one is meant to be. But yes, a shipping triangle there would have been nice. Same could be said over here where this one joins up, but again, this is even deeper in the fog, and again, on a 100% vanilla map such as this one really shouldn't matter at all, but it is technically a right angle turning. Anyway, the shipping route comes all the way over here, so yeah, you can put a harbour pretty much anywhere around your peninsula and you will be happy. Water flow, we've actually got water flow. I thought this map was going to struggle for water flow. I honestly did. And this clearly states otherwise. Start square, good strong water flow going past, so if you want to pump and draw and have your sewage all washed away, you can quite happily do that. Okay, so the map as a whole, love the shape, and I love the fact that we've got this straight. And it's actually being used as a strong part of the map. And there's plenty of buildable space on the other side of the straight as well if you are playing with the 81 tiles, which I know is non-vanilla. Ah, the Essential Lighthouse. Nice looking little island there. I quite like the way that's been done. It ties in very neatly with that rail cutting we saw a moment ago. And then we have other islands which are, the coastals are a little bit cliffy, but that's fine. Because we have some beaches which actually feel beachy. Yep, beachy beaches. It's good to see a mix of those sort of two styles of coastlines and shorelines. Here's that bendy, windy rail that I looked at just before going to the intermission. Yeah, not how I would have done it, but again, we're out of the 25 does. Also quite like the way that slightly what's the word, fantastical, the way that river routes, but again, it's pretty, and we got some pretty areas like this as well. Little detailed islands, so it's kind of somewhere between the fantastical map and the realistic map, and I kind of like it for it. Yeah, we see the tree on the footpath there. Oops. Have a little look down here though. I want background stories in the comments for what the heck has happened here, please. Because yes, I see the tree is fallen over onto something and destroyed it. That's quite a clever little move. But what's going on with everything else? We've got the airport thing, we've got the bins, we've got the trolley, but I don't know what's going on. I need a background story for that. What is going on in the middle of that island, please, in the comments now. Get on with it. Everybody's favourite factories, oh yes, and where people used to live as well, so they could get to work quick and easy. I like that. I like that. And again, another little vanilla pier going on there, and some rubble around the back of the factories as well. Now, here we go. This is this feature that I wanted to check out. I get vibes of Poland here. Not from this angle. Not from this angle. But if I pull back here, isn't that the Polish eagle crest thing? Or is it somewhere else in the world? Am I going nuts? Am I imagining one thing and seeing another? Again, that's what the comments are for. Educate me, please. Nice looking detailed island there, a lightly detailed buildable island right behind it. I'm liking the thought that's gone into a lot of this. The rivers, the rivers are a nice shape and a nice width and are left simple enough for you to build around. And realism is okay. On this one, I feel just about maybe. Yeah, I'm not super excited, but I don't dislike it, which is good. Okay, we have the switchbacks up and over the mountains, cutting this is good. This is going to keep the traffic down in your start square, in your city build around the peninsula. The only traffic that's going to go down and around your city is traffic going to your city, and this is going to take all that dummy traffic straight off. It's quite neatly done, bearing in mind we are using 100% base game roads here, so we don't have a national road available to us, and the nearest you can do is 2 highways, and these have been very cleanly done. Credit for this one. I think they've used the parallel road tool, modded. I think they've modded the build, but you don't need the parallel road tool so it is still vanilla. It's using the tools that are available to you to the best effect, and I think they've done well. Factory out here in the woods, abandoned in the woods. I'm okay with that. Again, not the most exciting castle. Did I say factory? I meant castle. Not the most exciting castle. Little dirt track switchbacking up the hill there. Not the most exciting, but you don't always want to have the most exciting. It's just sometimes simple is best. And I like this as well. Little plantation factory thing going on here. And again, works very neatly for me. Quite happy with that. Doesn't always have to be heavily detailed and heavily worked. Sometimes just a nod to something. Now, one thing we do have today is this. It's the it's the A. It's not the A. It's the 2018 Audi A7 by VeesGuy. I'm using the prop version here so that you can see it, but this is a vehicle. I'm using a tree and vehicle props mod, which means I can plop these down as a prop to have a look at. But yeah, these will drive around your city very happily. Big fan. Love it. VeesGuy, more please like these, please. Please, VeesGuy. Factoids. I'm getting away from people before I completely tie myself up. Factoids, how about a short one? Gold Straits today, isn't it? So, apart from copper and caesium, gold is the only non-white coloured metal. Ooh, who knew? What colour is it caesium or cesium? Probably cesium, C-A-E-T, as in cesium. Apart from copper and cesium... Gold is the only non-white. Oh, how I even survive, I have no idea. And of course, there's the old Audi joke. What do you call an American in a German car? No. What do you say to an American in a German car? Do you know what? I'm failing. Full stop today. Glad to have you along for the ride. Anyway, 2018 Audi A7 by VeesGuy, today's asset of the day. Oh, we've not looked on the other side of the Straits. We should go and have a look at the other side of the Strait before I settle the camera down, because we haven't had a look at the others. Look, there's this, look over there. There you go, Bonbon. Steer the camera over there, Bonbon. Anyway, yes, we have a little look over here. I mean, plenty of buildable space over here. In terms of connection, we have just a one-way highway ramp loop that does that. It's not exciting, but at least you've got some traffic heading in there, I guess. And then we have this little dirt track connection that leads you down to, again, everybody's favourite factory and a little harbour area. And it's very simple and very plain and just what you need. No more, no less. It's good for playability, I feel. Good for playability. Just adds that little thing extra, especially if you want to play with ferries and stuff. Nice. Anyway, what do you think of today's map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right-hand corner of your screen, or the link in the description. Take you to the voting page where you can vote for free with a Facebook, Gmail, Apple, or a Patreon account. Oh, and for those of you that want to know what you say to an American in the German car, Audi. Yeah, okay. What do I think of today's map? Aesthetically, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I love the shape of it. The shape and the design are fine. I don't feel it quite pops towards the 4th star, but I'm going to go for a high end of 3. It's perfectly fine, perfectly adequate. And if you switch in a decent theme, I think you might be popping. But we're using vanilla, so. Aesthetically, sorry, that's the aesthetics. Details. There's a few nice little featurette areas in here which are quite neat, but I think overall the map just doesn't quite smell like a 4-star map. In fact, it smells like a middle 3, so I'm going to go middle 3. There's nothing wrong with it really. A few trees on the line. Gameplay feels pretty playable. Everything said feels pretty playable. I feel that this has 4 stars written all over it. Possibly my middle 4 rating is a little lower now I look at it again, but I'm going to stick with my original instinct. Gold Straits by HgTuahh is a pretty playable, very nice, slightly different vanilla map. Somewhere between realistic and fantasy, and that's got to be a good thing. Yeah, if you don't like the 1 or 2 fantastical bits, then, well, remove them. This is what it's all about. Does it matter? Does it matter? I'll tell you what does matter. Proving you're part of the 20 and out elite. Use the word of the day in the comments. Score yourself some population points just for fun. And I will see you hopefully on Monday, if I can keep my head straight. I'm losing it, I really am. See you then. Have a great weekend.